Us. Moving on, Ahmedabad-based venture capital firm GVFL has announced the first close of its new seed stage fund called Prarambh. The first close has been reached at 100 crore rupees, while the total fund corpus is 200 crore rupees. So far, GVFL has raised 9 funds which have supported over 110 companies and have divested from over 75% of portfolio companies. And to talk to us about Prarambh and its investments, joining me now is GVFL's Managing Director Kamal Bansal. Also with me is my colleague Arundathi. Kamal, welcome to Startup Street. First, tell us how many startups will GVFL invest in using the Prarambh fund? What sectors will you be looking at? And also do share the ticket size of the investments.
First of all, thank you for having me on the show, and good evening to all the viewers of the channel. So what GVFL, this new fund, this is a new beginning for us. Earlier, we have been a standard VC fund with we have been investing, say, about 1 million onwards. But this new initiative is a seed fund, which is called Prarambh fund, because it's a new beginning and we want to be first investor for the startups, early stage startups. So here the ticket size is going to be, say, around 1 crore to 3 crore. Companies, say, which are raising around 4 to 5 crore round will be putting around 2 to 3 crore, and along with the certain angel investors or other micro funds. So we'll be committing around 4 to 5 crore investment per startup. So that is the basic theme. So these startups are going to be very seed stage startups, which are raising their first institution round. And we with a VC experience, with the experience of around 30 years. So that's what we want to handhold the startup from very early stage, from the seed stage.
And the sectors that you'll be focusing on?
Sector-wise, as such, we are a sector agnostic. We are basically tech startup investor. But basic sector will be, say, health tech. We are very bullish about health tech. There are areas like diagnostic, use of AI/ML in the healthcare services, then deep tech maybe in the defense side, enterprise side, where supply chain management, data analytics. Another area can be food tech, and the climate tech. So these are 4 to 5 sectors, including climate tech, where sustainability, circular economy, smart grid, energy saving. So these are certain areas where we feel that which are scalable, where the market size is huge, and the entrepreneurs can really make a difference with their approach. So those are areas which we're looking from investing from the seed fund.
Right. So lots of new and exciting areas there. Kamal, Arundathi here. So what is GVFL's investment thesis? What does your team look for before investing? Take us through your selection criteria and the process before picking a startup.
So as such, being a fund for last so many years, we receive hundreds of proposals every month. But our selection criteria is you can say, flexible as well as very scientific in terms of we look at first and foremost, we look at the founder. So what is the background of the founder? What is the motivation of the founder and experience to start a particular company, particular startup? That is first. Secondly, since we are saying we are first institutional investor, but we also look at the product market fit. What kind of thought process promoter has put in behind his project? How far it is from product market fit, whether it's near to product market fit or it's still far off. We generally like to look at the companies which are close to product market fit.
Okay.
And another criteria is basically the market size. It should be a scalable venture with a sufficient market. If the market is too small, niche market, then possibly will not be interested.
Okay.
So we'll be looking at venture where sufficient market big size is there.
All right. So that was your selection criteria. But Kamal, tell us, how do you support your funded entities in terms of strategic direction and governance support? If you could elaborate on your co-investment platform, A4X Fund, how does it support seed stage companies?
As I mentioned, we are a VC with 3 decades of experience, and this is our 10th fund. So we have well-defined processes in terms of how to track the progress of the company, where to handhold the company, how to guide them in terms of their product roadmap, their spending roadmap, how to raise the next round of funding, governance by way of internal audits. So we have set criteria of with our experience of 30 years. We know where the things can go wrong, and generally you can say we apply the brake. We also give the acceleration, plus also we apply the brake at the right time. So we don't allow the company to divert from its roadmap with the agreed roadmap and the agreed business plan. So that is how we help the startups to keep on track, be on track with the right speed and the right direction. That is one. Secondly, as far as the A4X is concerned, this is a new platform, is an investment platform which we launched last year. Idea of this platform is to basically, in the seed stage startup, we feel that apart from money, they also need a lot of mentoring support in terms of defining their go-to-market strategy, product roadmap, and this kind of thing. So we want to bring together other investors, say family offices and corporate investors, and also the mentors who can say hold the startup in a very good shape and don't allow him to divert from this agreed roadmap. So with the help of these mentors and co-investors, we want to make a roadway very clear for the startup where it can scale up and go to next round of funding. Because at the seed stages are where they need maximum kind of hand holding.
Absolutely. At the seed stage is where they need the most amount of hand-holding. But, GVFL has committed investments of over 150 crore rupees in the last 18 months through its Emerging Enterprise Venture Fund, which is a 500 crore rupee fund. Now, while the first close of Prarambh reflects your commitment to nurture startups at the beginning of their life cycle, what is the kind of impact you hope to make with this fund?
So here, as such, since we're looking at the smaller ticket size of say 1 to 3 crore, so we want to address a large number of small enterprise seed stage startups so that we can nurture a larger number of startups, handhold them, and impact can be said. There can be direct impact as well as indirect impact. Direct impact can be by way of say employment generation. Indirect can be by way of energy saving. It can be by way of financial inclusion. It can be by way of say healthcare, protecting health, giving better healthcare facilities. So those are the indirect impact. So there'll be direct as well as indirect impact. It can be on the climate side.
Okay.
It can be energy saving.
All right. Kamal, shifting focus from Prarambh for a minute here, but what's exciting you about the new crop of founders you speak to, and what kind of innovations are driving the ecosystem currently?
So if you see the change from last 2-3 years, now the startups and the founders are very focused. They know what they're trying to do. So they are not addressing, say, I've seen the change in their approach. Now they're not trying to address so many things. So they're doing the very focused approach, going with the, say, creating a team which is has the right expertise, relevant expertise. So that is, I think they now, and earlier they used to spend so much money and trying to experiment. Now I think they are doing their business in a very focused way.
Okay.
We also learned our lessons. So we also want to put the money in a very, say, niche areas, not only niche, but in a very focused way and address one problem at a time, rather than digressing into many things.
Sure.
We want them to be focused on their one core issues and solve that first.
All right, lots of lessons learned there, both for founders and investors. It's now time for me to wrap up our conversation. Kamal, many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today.
Thank you. Thanks.
On that note, it is time for us to head into a short